rise. Every individual must first rise. And then we have Archana. Dr. Archana Nandukar was born and raised in Pune and is an academic social entrepreneur and committed lifelong learner. She holds, when you write introductions, you're writing of a third person you don't know. And it finds very funny when you start knowing the person and then you have to read so formally about the person. So that's why I keep smiling every time. And committed lifelong learner. She holds an MPhil from Delhi School of Economics and PhD from JNU, and is also a JRF Net qualified scholar. Guided by her belief in meaningful change, she founded the Vasu Foundation, an NGO dedicated to empowering women and children through education, skill development, and sustainable livelihood initiatives. Her work includes facilitating self-help groups, promoting Panchgavya-based products, and leading bag making and other micro-enterprise activities for women. She also launched Arambh, a program focused on skill building and capacity building for youth, helping them gain confidence and employability. As the founder of Anubhuti Credit Cooperative Limited, Dr. Nandulkar has created avenues for financial inclusion and community growth driven by empathy and purpose. She continues to work towards building resilient, self-reliant communities through education, skill, and cooperation. We welcome you both.
There is a co-founder with she's
Oh,
is it
Santosh Vasudev Dandurkar is a software engineer from government REC. Chandrapur is his home district. He is enthusiast learner and passionate to innovate pedagogy and plan curriculum. He is the person who has handled registration, legal compliances and all government permission. He is brain behind our eco-friendly building. He is open to new ideas, releasing lateral thinking and initiate all outdoor activity. He teaches science to higher class. And he's the husband? Yes. He's the other half and the support system. So over to the two of you.
It's a hot seat, so I better get down. So, namaskar everyone. It's humbling to be here. Thank you for the invitation. Such a lovely place. I wish I had this opportunity around 8-10 years ago when I went came back. If I had this opportunity, I probably would have given a different kind of try, an attempt. I would have done more. But nonetheless, I think when we start any story, my grandma used to ask a question to everyone. So I'm going to ask the question, but if I translate to English, I don't know how good I would do. He said, "Sato kahivi, ki micha kahivi, ki jaha ange nibheji taha kahivi." So shall I tell the truth, or the lie, or the fixed ones, or what I have gone through in my life? You want me to tell what, which one?
What you've gone through in your life.
Okay. That's easy for me because I don't have to tell truth or lie. I just have to tell what it is. The right one must be right because I have forgotten the.
साइड से ऑफ होगा सर, साइड से ऑन करो.
Yes, I can. Oh, yeah, only one. What kind of architect I am, right? Okay, so let's experience that. These are my kids.
पकड़ के मारो.
So that's Ekasa Vidyavanam in the forest and hills and forest of a small village of Odisha, and something around 1.5 years ago, there was not even internet facility over there. So how did I find what has gone in to get to this place and then be with these amazing kids? That's the story I'll tell, and that's the cap they made for me. So a bit about the journey. So when I was in comfortable life, in whatever position that I was in, whatever work, I barely had time to eat. Also same thing, right? I barely had time to eat, going from place to place, crazy schedule. But somewhere there, down there was a voice that I haven't done anything worthy in life. right? But then with every promotion or every something that you get, you know, forget about it, let me go forward, right? Let me go forward. But I used to be a very crazy, let's say mountaineer, ice में कभी चला दिया गाड़ी, कुछ कर दिया. So at a point around 2011, 2012, there are a couple of incidents that took place in my life. I'm going to go very quick on that. But what happened, no particular sequence. Uh, One day I was driving on a frozen lake that was next to my house. It was, Minneapolis is very good. So I used to live. Behind my house there was a frozen lake. So I drove on it along with a colleague. That was a Sunday. Ice broke. Car went inside. We managed to jump out of it. That was on the news. Police came, took us, and they rescued us. And then later I was given a summons to take out the car. Otherwise I'll be arrested. But nonetheless, I think those were taken care of by the insurance. That 2 minutes, the amount of information that went through in my brain, I mean now I have forgotten, but if I were there and I was Ganesha, I probably would have written 5 Mahabharata. So that is how powerful our brain is. And one prevailing thought that came to my mind, a similar thing has happened many times to me, that I wish I get a chance to call my mother and say, I'm sorry, I didn't do anything okay in my life. If I get another chance, I will do. So I came out of it. The search continued. I was, again, as usual, I was getting into business. But then one of my father's close friend from his school days, he comes from a very poor village. But anyway, so his friend had come to Minneapolis, his son was there. So I called them home, they came and got into my house. I was saying, see this big house, TV, this is that. To make them have, my parents had never come. In 11 years I stayed there. So come there, then the aunt actually was there on the top floor. She didn't come down. Then I went in search for her. Then she said, what happened? She was aloof. She said one statement. I wish we had this big house. I wish we had this big house. We could have hosted the entire village during the flood time. In Bhadrak, we used to have a lot of flood there. And I'm shivering. Even today it does something to me. I said, what I'm doing, I think I have bigger house. But even if anybody comes, closest person comes, I think in American style of living, I was a little better. But most of us could not accommodate anybody more than few days in the house. It's not the house that is bigger that is needed, it's the heart that we have shut down. Not closed, not small, shorten it. We have closed down our hearts. What is education doing? The more and more I climb, the colleagues that I see, the CEOs that I meet and then their close friends, the more they make, more insecure they become. My colleague, he will get this time, I'm going to do this to get there. Right? So more and more we climb, we become more and more insecure. Imagine you go to a city and then knock the door or in the bell for a glass of water. They will look at you like you are a ghost. Get into a village, they will welcome you inside house. Yes, always. I felt that in US. US so I was shut down, I was called upon a police because I lost a car key. Car was towed away, I went and knocked the door because I had to catch a flight. Somebody called the police on me. So, what are we doing? Then another day, that big screen that I was very proud of because I wanted to see the Amitabh Bachchan at his side, the Tendulkar at his side playing World Cup. I did watch. But I watched a movie called Machine Gun Preacher. Please watch. I don't know whether you would get.
What is it?
Machine Gun Preacher, very violent movie. Movie in the sense it's a story of a Somalia, how they used to kill. The son has to be given the blade to cut the throat of the mother. So where this guy is a burglar from US, a real life story. He goes to live there after converting into baptism, getting baptism, I don't know what's the terminology used.
Baptized.
Right? He goes there to serve. He was a burglar by himself. So, but then he goes there to serve. And then end of the day, he sells everything, but he comes back. I still remember the number, 30 students to take care of the safety with machine gun and then transportation and all that. And education, food, everything put together cost only $5,000. There I was sitting on a sofa, hand toast idli imported from Italy, 15 US, more than $5,000. Said, what am I doing? What am I doing? I'm going back. This is it. I'm going back. I cannot hide it anymore. I'm going back. Right? And that's what I did. If something has to be done, someone has to do. If someone has to do, why not me? There started a lot of journey, lot of watching movie, stories, TED Talks, and French Revolution history I never entered, but I don't really know what that is. I started reading. I've forgotten many of that. But the gist I got, and then all the research that told me, there are two fundamentals that needs to be taken care of. Basic healthcare, basic education. Although I worked in healthcare segment as an IT person for 11-12 years in US, I don't know healthcare. I know IT. Right? What I know is education, and the way I conceptualize, if somebody knows education, perhaps he or she would know how to handle healthcare as well. Right? Basic healthcare, taking care of himself. And that time, Nirvaya's case happened. So this is the perfect time. So many people, nobody knows anyone coming together for a cause, getting connected, no political reason. I never used to watch TV. I don't watch TV. I mean, TV is movie for me or for Saregamapa. Right? Otherwise, news I never watch. I'm not paying to buy trouble to my life. I don't watch. Politics will happen even if I watch or don't watch. If not this country, that country I will. Otherwise, I'll try. So what a big deal. Anyway, I'm doing crazy stuff. Right? So that's how been my philosophy. So with that, I think I started. What triggered at that time in my brain? I think a lot of things start to become clear in terms of education. And this is the crisis that we started looking at. So many different crises. Where do I start? And this is where I got to education. Education, but for whom? How? What? When? Where? Right? So it started reading a lot. I thought, okay, so many countries have taken different steps. India also has taken it. Maybe it will take time to come there, to get corrected. But all my data proved otherwise. See, we all want, I was telling the other day, introduction, we all want our children to be good human beings, a sensible human being. But where is the curriculum for that? Where is the school for that? Our villages are dismantled. Families are dismantled. We are living in a family. Nobody, even family also trust factor has come down. Right? Slide here and there. There is a divorce paper in front of you. So anyway, I wrapped everything from US and came back. I had to let go of every single money that I had earned, but I saved myself. So with that, the journey began. And what I realized was, for a society to rise, every single individual must rise first. While talent is universal, opportunity is not. Bottom 70% struggles every time. And even today, it will become even wider. If analyze any part of the world, economy, it is from 70%, it will only become 90%, and 99% has already become, just that we are seeing 70%. It will not become better. The worst part is, they are in their thoughts, we have successfully instilled an idea that this is a successful model, that's a failure model, where in fact it is opposite. Right? So, and I'm not the only person thinking. I can't be the only person. There are a lot of people around the world who is thinking like this room, and it's important that we connect and let the goodness be contagious more than coronavirus, right? So transform education to transform individual and transform society, and that's the journey. It's a big, tall claim. It's the vision. I know in my lifetime I will not be able to do, but what I could probably is kindle it, right? Like a matchstick, and let it reverberate in everybody's heart. God knows it will go where. So, so why I think I have already explained what and how we are. When I put together the presentation on the go somewhere, so I'll be jumping. Good captive. Okay, so what do we really need to do, right? Some change agents that we need to build. And who are the change good human beings? Who is capable, sensible, skillful, and responsible. Knowledge without wisdom is dangerous. The person who knows how to create atom bomb doesn't have the wisdom. I am being stupid. I have the knowledge or wisdom not to put an atom bomb, but I don't know how to build it. Wisdom without knowledge is useless. They need to come together. They both need to come together. Or another way, I would rather say, if you have not developed wisdom, don't give the knowledge. Knowledge is a double-edged, God knows how many edged sword. It only knows to cut you down, chop it down, tremendous arrogance it creates, but it cannot do anything better unless there is wisdom that is developed. Sorry, I go very forceful, just like as if I'm a politician, but I'm not. This strong sense of feel that comes out. So, good vision. How do we do that? So if I could create self-sustainable learning ecosystem, like Proto Village was doing, create a prototype, and then with all my arrogance that I was thinking that I would be able to create many, which I have not been able to, but learning ecosystem, right? And this is, so eventually in that we will be able to create a few change agents. Those change agents will be able to carry it forward. That's the idea. So change agent, goodwill, so competent, compassionate, and skillful, sensible and responsible. Compassionate is not only saying, aha, kya ho gaya, I wish thoda sa hota tha. Nahi. You need to be able to put yourself in that shoes, be sensible to that idea, and be responsible to take action right there. Even if I have a critical meeting to attend, I should be able to get down from my car, take the person to hospital. I have been a faulty person. I have not done that, but nowadays I do. I'm glad that I left my job to be able to do that. So this is what and around that 11, 12 time, I started writing. I had no idea what education is, what is mythology, what it is. This thing came to me, and I'm a common man. Education is that which reflects in character. Education is the training of the mind to think. It's the critical thinking. It's not only knowing what it is about to analyze what is good and bad. We were building applications to all kind of analysis. And just like you see on Facebook, if you've gone to a place and purchased something, it tried to give. There were some other ideas that we were doing and building some kind of app. So I feel, so here is how I think it is, right? If you're educated and you go and work for Coca-Cola, McDonald's, then you are not educated. You know they are selling this kind of food, junk food, they are selling poison. If one is not able to decide that this is the wrong company and I am not work for them, then they are not educated, period. It is as simple as that. So this thing, I think I talked about being a critical thinker, empathetic, but if you don't have the skill, what will you do? Nothing. If I have to give CPR. CPR is the right one, right? Not CRP, CPR, yeah. CPR. The person is there. I know I have to give CPR. Well, something like this, that, but I am not skillful. Can I give that? I'll probably kill the person. So skilling is very, very important. And relevant skilling for the context. And that is very important. So the character gets precedence over competence. So this model that I said, human, that's the reptilian brain, which is physiological. When we are born only with our body. It's the first gift we got, if you believe in God or don't believe in God. It's the first instrument or first gift. It is our duty to take care of it. Emotional, those and part of intellect. That is basically the existential knowledge, right? Everybody should have that in today's world. Second is the transformational, more of intellect because you know how to channelize those forces, those powers, or experiences. And what we have faltered, the social, human is a social animal. We have grown to be a social animal, but where is society today? Everybody wants independence. What is the meaning of independence without? Right? What is the meaning of independence without responsibility? There is no independence.
Hooligan.
Huh? Hooligan.
It leads to hooliganism.
Exactly. Lot of isms. I don't know. So everybody talks about rights. Somebody was telling. Everybody talks about rights, but where is responsibility? There is no freedom without responsibility. Please, let's understand it. There is no freedom. So social and culture, social fabric, we all understand the culture. Culture is a beautiful thing. But it is time to redesign the culture in the current context. Get inspired by the old, but the new fabric is needed. I'm wearing a cotton, but it's a different cloth. Right? I'm not wearing a dhoti. Dhoti can be worn. But this is comfortable, no? So, new fabric is required. And spiritual is an individual journey. Everybody who's skilled, Buddha found by himself, if whether God is there or not. Right? Every single guru found by himself. Nobody read another text. If you want to find it out, go find it out. The question is still on. Right? But do not take it as it is granted. Follow the path for sure. But find it out. They found it out, we could do so as well. So, a loving child, is a healthy child, sitting child. I think I'm jumping a little bit because I have to get to the story good part. So, I thought these are some of the things we talked about. I'm not going to go in details. As a teacher, and all these things that I'm talking about and all the things that all of you share, this is our sacred responsibilities. And we all need to be magician. Otherwise, the stupid box that we created is the magician. That TV are the magician. They are driving people towards, kids towards them. We need to be a magician. When I was in high school, two scientists, one lady, foreign lady, and then an Indian one came. And a big field, and then I was there. They did some magic, and that triggered a lot of sciences. And because of that, I followed science. So every teacher has to be scientist. I mean, they did all kind of crazy stuff I can't remember anymore. But I always imagine, oh, this I wish I was like that. So become like that, magician. When you talk about, I think give different type of science experimentation, and that's what we do. We have a program for that called Tinker Lab on wheels. We go place to place and we do that. Now, how do we do that? So we got some fun stuff. There was no Holi. There was no Holi. It was the school opening day. Somebody smart put this one, and they celebrated Holi. That is joy. And that is how it is. So in our school, we like to study. This is Monday. We don't like, this is Sunday. And rest every day is Monday. But that said, there are some compulsion as well from the society, from the teachers that we have, because they are also students, right? So they all need to go. I need to go along with them, and we do that. But when I'm there, This is exactly what happens there. Unless they have gotten into someone else's territory, they have harmed somebody. This is the scenario. That is one thing that is not acceptable. Yeah, so teach how to think, not what to think, for God's sake. Human is a thinking species. It is not a knowing species, it's a thinking species. Let us think. Let us think, analyze, question. We may arrive at the same place, just like I did. After a lot of analysis, I came down to same thing, education and healthcare. But if I had followed the path without analyzing by myself, the hardship that I am going through, I would have quit long time ago. Because I found it out, question, I am still standing here. There are days I don't get food. This is thanks to you for inviting me. I got a chance to wear these clothes. But otherwise, we don't. You will find me dusty, however. Nothing could be taught, but everything could be taught. Now, there is a big story here. I know I'm taking time, but I must share. So, around that time, I started writing a lot, not knowing that I'm writing a pedagogy. I was just writing, scribbling down, this is how it should be, this is how education should have been. Hundreds of questions, not thousands, hundreds of questions, and I'm researching, writing answer, deleting, all that way. Then I come to, after quitting, I was going around India to understand what education. I couldn't go to some of the places that I was mentioning. I took an appointment and I went to Isayamlam, integral education. I stood there. I had a 7 o'clock appointment. I went there 5:30. Earlier I said, what do? I ran. So, and that big wall, first thing that is written in this big font, nothing could be taught. I had written so much to explain that. She had written so beautifully. I came back, I deleted, I wrote nothing could be taught, but everything could be learnt. So I have learned a lot from these gurus. I think they are truly amazing gurus. So, it's a conducive learning space. Child wants to feel safe and at home. Just don't make him feel or her feel anything. Yes. You just need to be around. That is it. And they need to feel safe as if they are with their parents. And they allow them to do all kind of crazy stuff. They'll fall back on you. If you tell one thing, they will obey. But if you restrict, that is how they start to find ways to get away. So near to far, all these are old concepts that everybody talked about. Okay, now I wrote it. Okay, no. Can you tell me which class, what class is it? This is done online. Huh? I just kept a glimpse of it because we don't have time. So let me, oops. No, let me go back. Can you guess, guys, what class is it?
Second or third? Third or fourth?
Huh?
Third?
No. What subject is being taught? Sorry.
Geometry.
Geometry. Geometry, interdisciplinary, I mean the culture, painting, art, and this was done through a small camera, smaller than that. Online, art teacher and geometry teacher, they sat down from Delhi, somebody teaching kids to do that in a big room of 30-35 students, how to draw this mandala. It is possible. And I had not designed it. I didn't design it, I didn't tell anything, they identified by themselves. The curriculum gets created when you give freedom to people, the curriculum and a lot of new things that get created without, that is beyond your imagination, and that's the best thing about it. Yes, there are a few things that go wrong. That's why I said I'm not the only one, I'm not the master. I'm right now the beggar going from one place to another place to get some fun. I wish I get a chance to be with kids and teach them. So, this is how we celebrate our Children's Day. So, this is how crazy it is for us. So, little bit longer if I had played, they were running around the field, rice field, to catch the drone. So, those kids also who can I went to purchase some electronic stuff for tinkering from a shop in Bhubaneswar, and these kids, the college kids, the college kids happen to be there, and this guy, the can't see, but the guy has been creating drone since his childhood, and apparently his drones were sent to the Operation Sindhu. I said, what are you doing? Come here and then I'll give you the bus ticket. Come here and then do something, whatever you want to do. So he did something. 3 days he stayed. Younger kids, they ran behind the drone. Elder kids, they learned how to prepare drone. We also went to a lot of government schools, one government school last time, to teach them how to prepare, create drones. So role model, reimagination, I think there are duplicates. But again, this is something also that has come to me. And what is really puja? What is learning? Upasana, sadhana, aradhana, we get it very wrong. Asana, upasana, I'm sitting beside somebody. Uppa kudha, nearby, elate, and learn something. Upasana. That is at the cognitive level, conscious incompetence. I get aware that I don't know something. Then sadhana, I work on it until I expertise. Then the last one is aradhana. When I expertise, master it, it is for the serving of others. It is not for me. It is for the others. So the 3 most powerful instruments for learning: curiosity, imagination, imitation. We have all spoken about. So I'm going to jump. I think no need for this audience at least. Similarly, curiosity, right? Various different ideas. This is not the audience I need to talk about, but I have prepared the slides, so I'm just going through. Imagination again.
Sir, adults need more questioning to be known.
Sorry?
It's the children who ask many questions, but as we grow, the questions decline.
Right.
So we have to keep asking, so the slides are relevant.
Okay.
We will definitely read them. So.
Sure. Okay. So, okay. Answer every single
Abhi,
one.
I'm trying to say curiosity is relevant for adults too.
It is for everybody. It is for everybody. I would probably die the day I'm not curious. The only day we don't learn is the day when we are no longer. Even a brain dead person learns how to survive every single day, just that he or she cannot communicate. So learning happens, whether we want it or not want it. Then imitation, right? I think children are imitating all the time. We have arrogance, we don't, but if we leave it, we leave all our ego, or personality aside, we start to imitate. I have seen myself. I work with you for a couple of days, I start talking like her. It happens to me, and that is how I learn. So we are all children, and it's good to be that place. So next, 2 initiatives. I think this is important. So we said, okay, we want to create change agents. So how do we create change agents? My idea was that I will go to a village, find some land, 25-acre land. I did the calculation. 25-acre land हो गया तो हो जाएगा. मैं एक मिट्टी का घर बना दूंगा, जैसे मेरे दादी माँ के घर में रहता था. ठीक है, my father had built, when his father passed away, there was nothing. Dug mud to build a house. I always wanted to build a mud house and live by myself. That guy could come from that stage to this, so could I. And that's my roots. I will go back to roots. 25 acre में ये करता हूँ, हो जाएगा. But that took me 5-6 years to get a piece of land. I was cheated. I was taken time. A lot of things happened. Finally, I settled. So even if then the other idea was, even if we do build a school, what will happen then? We can only train so many kids. There are so many other kids in the government schools or other marginalized schools. What will they do? So what the idea was to, we will expertise in Vidyavana, and then we propagate in think centers. Right? That's what the idea was. In the COVID, actually, we started in the reverse way. COVID में क्या हुआ कि everybody got locked. So विद्यावनम तो शुरू नहीं होता. I was teaching in slums and then roadside में पढ़ा था robotics, computational thinking, English, math. तो ये जाके शुरू किया था think centers. So idea was that I will start think center much later, but so happened that started first. And with that, what happened was around 150 volunteers from across the world, all ODS, mostly ODS, non-ODS also, they started joining the hands. And we gave laptops to different schools and parts to tribal schools, orphanages, and we started teaching them. So Vidyavanam, this year we have 62 students. We allow only, we take only 16 students per batch from the marginalized students. So it just happened somebody did the math. I don't look at SC, ST 95%, because that's the community we are in. And I say the underserved means somebody will not get it. Just because you have money, but if you don't have access, in that village also there are people who have money, they got landlords, but they don't have access. If they wish, they can also send their kids. Right now, we are a 5 kg rice school, that's the fee, and 200 rupees is the one day this thing that goes towards paid, that is paid towards the salary of the cook and all. Rest education cost we take care in a sense. A lot of volunteers, a lot of supporters, they contribute. And then we take care. So, yeah, the transformation has begun. It's a new area. So, a lot of things that we talk about without, unless you make a murti, you don't have Ganesh Puja. That's the great, nice guy, Jajati. The moment you turn around, he's gone. He's gone. And he goes and opens up all the packs and then he does something with all the kind of toys and then machineries. And he is the one to clean. So he joined us last year in grade 2. At that time he was thrown away from 3 schools. किसी टीचर का छोड़ फोड़ दिया पतला से इतना सा किसी का क्या कर दिया एक के बाद. So he was the first one to get rewarded in our school as a good human deed. So प्रेयर की क्लास में हम लोग करते हैं क्योंकि वो झाड़ू लगाया था 3 दिन. तो मैंने बोला ये किसने झाड़ू लगाया, आप लोग तो घूमे, झाड़ू तो कोई नहीं लगाया, किसने लगाया, मैं जजाति लगाया. तो जजाति अच्छा इंसान हो गया. So जजाति became अच्छा इंसान for a couple of days. He did more and more toilet cleaning, everything. He does all that except for getting into the classroom. अच्छा संडे मंडे उसको 1 साल लगा सीखने के लिए. उसका थर्सडे और फ्राइडे इनवेरिएबली मिस छूट जाता है. पर ठीक है, पेशेंस पेज अप. आई थिंक ही नोज नाउ. सो ऑल द डिफरेंट थिंग्स लुक दे आर राइटिंग ऑन द ग्राउंड. इट्स अ मिट्टी का घर है. आई एम शो हाउ दिस हाउस वाज देयर. उसमें पे करते हैं, मिट्टी के गोला करते हैं, उसी में सीखते हैं. देयर आर द टीएलएम, वेरी फ्यू प्लास्टिक, बिकॉज़ विदाउट प्लास्टिक आल्सो यू कांट डू मच. इट एड्स कलर, ब्रेक भी हो जाता है. तो ये घर था, आप देख पा रहे हो. ये सीमेंट है. ये जो वाला रूम टॉप राइट में है, मुझे वो 1 साल के बाद पता चला. एक दिन मैंने बोला मैं इसको धोता हूँ, पानी लाओ. फिर धो के निकाला सीमेंट. इतना मोटा मिट्टी था. 10 साल का पुराना घर था. So that house, I said the villagers told we conducted annual sports and science day. तो क्या कर रहे हो? पता नहीं, यहाँ पे पढ़ा रहे हैं. क्यों नहीं, आप क्यों पढ़ा रहे हो फ्री में? तो मैंने बोलो तो बंद कर देता हूँ. बंद कर देता हूँ, दूसरे गांव में जाएंगे क्या है. नहीं फिर नेक्स्ट ईयर फिर सेम क्वेश्चन. थर्ड ईयर they came and said, why didn't you open a hospital? Do I look like a doctor to you? And it's very expensive. You cannot help, I cannot help. So एक इंग्लिश मीडियम स्कूल खोल दो. मैं इंग्लिश में बात करता हूँ लेकिन इंग्लिश मीडियम स्कूल में मैं गया नहीं. So I don't know how it runs. एक ओडिया मीडियम स्कूल खोलना चाहिए. So I had the idea, but I never opened it until they told me. So when at least there is some handshake, some thing that has come from their side, it is so that they own it. I would have gone and opened it anyway if that had not happened that year, because it was I was running out of time, but luckily that happened. So ये घर में तो ले लिया हम लोगों ने. तो विलेजर्स को बोला, मीटिंग की हम लोगों ने. वी वर डूइंग ऑनलाइन थिंकिंग क्लासेस फॉर लास्ट 2 years before that also. सो पेरेंट्स को बुलाया, देखो पैसा नहीं, इतना पैसा है, जमीन यहाँ पे खरीद लिया आपने गाँव के 26 एकड़ जमीन और पैसा नहीं है. नाउ इफ यू क्लीन द हाउस एंड देन ब्रिंग इट टू सम कंडीशन, ठीक है आप लोग ये करो और 5 kg राइस दो, मैं बच्चों को पढ़ा, पढ़ने का खर्चा अपना, आप लोग बाकी काम करो, ठीक है. सो दे एग्रीड. आई डोंट हैव द फोटोज, आई वाज स्ट्रगलिंग टू गेट द फोटोज. सो एक घर को लेके हम लोग एटलीस्ट 1000 पैड्स यूज्ड टू लिव देयर. सब टूटा हुआ था. अभी भी 1 महीने पहले 2 कोबरा निकले. ट्रेलर है मेरा. So the architect came last week. मेरे पास फोटो नहीं था सामने का, तो मैंने बोला एक वीडियो में थोड़ा लगा देता हूँ. So उस घर को उससे ट्रांसफॉर्म करने, and पीछे पूरा the back side was full of this big you know all kind of things, trees and all, plants and all. 10 साल से abandoned था, you can imagine. No toilet, no water, no electricity whatsoever, no internet, no food. So वहाँ पे जाके हम लोगों ने शुरू किया. So 1 साल में we did culture setting. We had I don't know the photo, but then all these we did in one year. I think lot of this credit goes to somebody was sending dinner for me from somebody's house. Somebody said put a water pipe so that we could construct a toilet and then bathroom, and that is how we kind of built it step by step. There was no water for 8-9 months. We were lifting water, 1,000-liter water. Everybody, grade 1 to 3, everybody putting a bucket and then going, and then that's how we kind of did it. Built the school, teacher training, student enrollment, and anything. So there again some more photos. Again some of the educational tips. So we have discussed many times. So I'm not going to go over that. But that's very. अभी तो लगता है कि सबको पता है क्या बोलना है. But I think responsibility I will have again and again and again. Independence Day में मेरा 2 लाइन का होता है. You don't have independence unless you take responsibility. Republic Day में वही बात बोलता हूँ. You don't have independence unless you take responsibility. But those are not the kids to tell. They take tremendous amount of responsibility. 1 क्लास के बच्चे सब अपना कपड़ा धोते हैं. मैं ग्रेजुएशन के बाद भी नहीं धोया था, अभी जाके धोता हूँ क्योंकि वहाँ पे रहता हूँ. मेरा कपड़ा भिगो जाता था, अगर 3 दिन हो गया साफ नहीं हो पाया, बैचलर के टाइम पे उसको फेंक देता था, नया खरीदता था क्योंकि पैसा आ रहा था ऑफिस से. सो लिव्ड ए वेरी हॉरिबल लाइफस्टाइल, राइट. बिस्लरी का पैक खरीदो, ये कर दो, वेकेशन पे जाओ, जितना सिन करना था मैंने किया है. सोच हुआ खा के बुढ़ा को चली जैसा, ये मेरा हालत है. So कंप्यूटर क्लास फूला हो, वहाँ पे बारिश हो रहा है, पेपर बोर्ड करने का वही सही समय है. दिवाली के टाइम पे या दुर्गा पूजा के टाइम पे इलेक्ट्रॉनिक सिखा वो लीचू. इस बार तो हाँ, ये सारा तार काट के लेके बच्चों ने उसमें एलईडी लगा के, आई डिडंट नो मनी, तो उसमें एलईडी लगा के एलईडी स्ट्रिप बना दिया पूरा. So I showed them how to do serial and parallel connection. So they showed me this. I said, what? So अच्छा, इस घर में इलेक्ट्रिसिटी नहीं था, तो हम लोगों ने सोलर में we survived for good amount of time. The solar में किया. So the elder kids, I'm not talking about the think center kids. The think center kids has the key. They have the keys. They maintain. They used to prepare the dosa batter for the younger kids. They were barely getting idli because by the time their school open they go. But so I call them the first generation change makers. So they did lot to. I owe them. In fact, all these kids owe them because they were not there. लेबर तो मिलते ही नहीं ना, दारू पी के पड़े हुए.
सही बात है.
लेबर मिलना बहुत मुश्किल है. There is no guarantee that they would come. So ये सब हम लोगों ने किया. Study tour with blah blah blah. पेड़ के नीचे पढ़ना. But top right में if you look and then these are ऐसे ही पढ़ाते हैं, ऐसे ही असेसमेंट लेते हैं. पैसा कितना गिन के बताओ, राइट? नितिन में उसको वेइंग करेगा, कितना हुआ, उसको कितना पैसा लगा, कितना हुआ, नहीं हुआ, जो भी है, आई मीन राइट और रॉन्ग, दे विल गो थ्रू द प्रोसेस एंड वी पेरेंट्स को दिखाने के लिए मार्कशीट तो करते हैं, बट फॉर अस वी डोंट जज देम बाय द numbers, the scores that they get, but are they going through the process? That is much more important. क्या एज है, 2 साल 3 साल, तो ये तो ग्रेड 2 ग्रेड 3 ग्रेड 4 कोई एज नहीं होता है, राइट? मैं 5th में स्कॉलरशिप, 7th में स्कॉलरशिप, ग्रेजुएशन में 3rd डिवीजन, you ego again. So then after I said I'm not going to study, then my mother somehow pushed me to computers and then I did whatever I did afterwards. Because I had a support system. Could we be that support system? Could we tolerate? अगर माँ नहीं होते, हम लोग कोई और फंड कर रहा है तो सपोर्ट नहीं करते. I would have been a guy roaming around the streets, doing whatever nonsense. We want to be that support for these children. Right? Anyway, so ये सब चलता रहता है. Yeah. So that's the report card. Head, heart and hand जो पढ़ाते हैं उसी का रिपोर्ट कार्ड होता है. फर्स्ट स्टेज में मैंने इतना दिया तो रूब्रिक्स 3x3x3 क्वेश्चन करते हैं. They go through 8 questions for each of these parameters. क्वेश्चन जिसका yes no आंसर हो सकता है, ऐसा क्वेश्चन किया है, yes no करो तो अपने आप वो फिलअप हो जाता है, थोड़ा सा टेक्नोलॉजी आता है तो उसको लगा के कर दिया. ठीक है. So other marks anyway. तो behavior, code of conduct, these are given more importance. Character is given more importance. कितना help किया है? Does he help if when you are carrying water or something, does the person come to help? उसका scoring है. That is given more importance. So anyway, so this is for the Gurukul. This is the 26.
That scoring is to observation.
Sorry?
That scoring is to observation.
Yes.
The person who's supervising will grade them.
हाँ. So observation we have very strict question. ये करता है क्या? हफ्ते में कितने बार करता है क्या? सिचुएशन में करता है. ये झूठ बोलता है क्या? कपड़ा साफ करता है कि नहीं? सब बच्चों के सामने कब एग्जाम फाइनल रिजल्ट खत्म हो गया, सबका बैग निकलता है, चलो रेड करता है. इसका कितना पड़ा हुआ है, ठीक है कि गलत है, किताब, वो कपड़ा साफ करता है कि नहीं, तेल लगाता है कि नहीं, सब बच्चे बोलेंगे ये नहीं करता, ये करता है. ऐसा स्कोरिंग हो गया, अपना हो गया. तो जो भी होता है ऐसे ऐसे होके आता है, सारे ऐसे होके जाता है. They get the scoring. We are not the one to blame. Right. And हम लोग जब करते हैं भी तो हंसते हंसते करते हैं, पैर खींचते हुए, राइट, मजाक में. So बच्चा भी is a casual environment. It's not very serious. Not that we follow up and harp on it later on, but there are a lot of kids who have changed. So ये जो 26 एकड़ लैंड हम बोल रहे हैं वो पूरा जंगल है. There is nothing. No electricity, no water, no road, only elephant and all the things, other things. So we got this. So we are यहाँ पे vegetable हम farming करते हैं. That goes to the kitchen. And that's it. They give 5 kg rice. I ate, they eat. And vegetable यहाँ से आता है, जब नहीं आता तो we purchase. गांव के लोग जो प्रोड्यूस करते हैं वो भी हम परचेज करते हैं. So ये घर, okay. That's me. So that's my cat. ये एक अच्छा काम करता है. So the room house that we started building, मेरे घर में भुवनेश्वर में बना, उसको फिर कैसे करके मैं देवगढ़ भेजा. ये मेजरमेंट लेके ये बनाया फाउंडेशन. वहाँ पे that house is built. Somewhere 45 degree, 48 degree. No labor came, no water. But then if I don't put again, 3rd year it will collapse. It collapsed many times. We go through a lot of failures, by the way. It is never hunky-dory, but it is fun. Every time we learn a lot. उसका पीछे वाला पिलर मैंने बनाया था. मैं और एक 2 बंदे बन के सीमेंट मैन को लगा, पहले फर्स्ट टाइम इन माय लाइफ उसको करके बनाया. And then what came up is this. That's the sandbag I was talking about.
Okay.
So brick नहीं ला पाए, पैसा भी नहीं था. तो एक के पास चूना का फैक्ट्री, बिग फैक्ट्री है, चूना तो लगता ही है. So we got चूना, ऐसे इधर टैक्स, उसमें मिट्टी भरे, उसको दुर्गुण बोलते हैं, मतलब पता नहीं, we compact. So उसको करके उसको लगाया, but then I didn't do the due diligence. We don't have roof there. Tile नहीं मिलता है आजकल. It's very difficult to get tile. Tile is expensive as well. So we do that. Then this is something. So that's the Gurukul. This is Think Center. Think Center is for the kids who are not in our school. Right?
कहीं और पढ़ते हैं, आपके पास शाम को आते हैं.
शाम को आते सवेरे भी आते.
अच्छा.
शाम सवेरे दोनों टाइम. So हमारे यहाँ आते हैं, या हम वहाँ पे दिए हुए हैं, उनका एक लैपटॉप दिए हैं, कुछ टीवी दिए हैं, कुछ समथिंग वी हैव गिवन. So through that, volunteers from different parts of the world, they connect and they teach. There are few which are
It is online learning kind of.
online learning. There are three more parts to it. I have not written here. Three parts to it. One is Chatsali. Chatsali is for grade 1 to 5, no online. Coming from online place, I know how terrible it is. No online for grade 1 to 5, it is not recommended. Little bit maybe. Careful condition, but वहाँ पे ऐसा नहीं है क्योंकि we hire somebody गांव का कोई. We can't go there to observe it, क्या हो रहा है क्या नहीं. So we don't do online. So for 1 to 5. 6 to 10 के लिए online thinking class OTC. जियो साइंटिस्ट ज्योग्राफी पढ़ाते हैं, डॉक्टर्स बायोलॉजी पढ़ाते हैं, कभी कभी हम भी पढ़ाते हैं क्योंकि अगर नहीं है तो क्या करेंगे. बट मैं बायोलॉजी में एंटर नहीं करता, आई डोंट नो एनीथिंग. मैथ फिजिक्स आई गेट इट. बट that's how we started during the COVID time, and that's how we continue. So we have in 3 districts जहाँ पे गवर्नमेंट स्कूल में जहाँ पे टीचर्स बहुत अच्छे हैं and they want to do, we do it there. So there also, that's the workshop, that geometry has to be learnt on the ground. We learn on the ground. Computer classes, sports, yoga. बच्चे यहाँ पे टिंकरिंग कर रहे हैं. We have tinker labs जहाँ पे कुछ भी कर सकते हैं. वो कुछ ब्लिक्स का है तो पहले के जो क्यूरेटेड है, but then otherwise there. Again, this is a very important part. Sorry, I'm another 2-3 minutes. A very very important part where they must do something for the society, so that is where they go on to it, right? Emma Foundation का जो मैं I was telling about that, आपका इनका. So that's empathy training, and this is there is a volunteer who has come from US. He spent some time with the kids and the kids teaches yoga workshop, art workshop, teaching. So repetitive teaching, but this is how it is in all the centers. Vedic math workshop. We do Vedic math for 2